Welcome. I'm Helen Davis of One Step Forward, and I'm back for part 3 of this 5-part series on tips to help you manage stress and anxiety ahead of surgery or any other medical or dental procedure, or indeed anything else that's causing you a bit of anxiety. And I've been doing this by sharing with you how I use these tips, these techniques, when I found myself a few months ago lying on the floor here at home with 2 broken wrists after a fall. I was on my own at home. I had to get myself from, understandably, the verge of panic into a state where I was able to do the things I needed to do to get the help I needed. So I talked yesterday about the first thing I did, which was to slow my breath, which in turn reduces the heart rate, because rapid heart rate, shallow breathing are 2 of the signs of having gone into fight or flight mode, activating the sympathetic nervous system. I also mentioned yesterday that another symptom of this is that dry mouth that we're all familiar with. When you feel that your mouth is dry, you know that something is wrong. And this is one of the things the nervous system responds to. So again, as with the breathing, it gets us into a vicious circle. We notice we have a dry mouth, so the system knows there's something wrong. Because there's something wrong, our mouth stays dry. So once again, like the breath, if we can hack the system by bringing saliva into the mouth, we are sending a signal to our body, to our nervous system, that things are not so bad. And that in turn allows the whole system to start to shift into the rest and digest and heal aspect of our bodies, the parasympathetic nervous system. And that's when everything can calm down again and we can function. So how do we bring saliva to the mouth? Well, we use our imagination. Our imaginations are incredibly powerful. And we use them all the time. We never do an action without imagining it first, even if it's just a split second, we don't even notice we're doing it. So we're going to use that power today, right now, to show you exactly what I mean. So for the next couple of minutes, you'll need to be focusing on what I'm doing. So if that's not appropriate right now, please come back to this video when you have a moment and we'll explore this together. So I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or just soften your gaze and soften your focus and lower your gaze. And just imagine you're in a kitchen, any kitchen, whatever comes to mind. And there in front of you is a lemon. And you can immediately tell that that lemon is the sort of lemon that we don't often see here in the UK. It's perfectly ripe. It's got that squishiness when you touch it that you know it's just brimming with juice, and it's sitting there perfectly coloured, may even have a couple of leaves on, whatever makes it look like the perfect lemon to you. And as you look a little more closely in the kitchen, you notice a little chopping board, just lemon sized, and the perfect knife for cutting a lemon in half. And so you come up to this lemon and you pick it up, and as you touch it you feel how soft and that squeeziness that again confirms the amount of juice that's inside, just waiting to be released. And you pick up the knife and you let that knife, in whatever way makes sense to you, cut into the lemon skin. And as it pierces the skin, the scent of lemon becomes so strong, that really sharp citrus scent from the skin and the pith as the knife goes through and it cuts through the flesh. And you can feel the give as you cut into it, and you notice the juice starting to pool, drip out of the lemon, drop onto the chopping board. And then you look around again and you notice a little glass next to you. And so you pick up the half lemon that you've just cut, and in whatever way makes sense to you, you hold it over the glass and you squeeze the juice from the lemon into that glass, drop by drop, until the skin is almost empty. You've squeezed out the very last bits of the juice. And you pop the lemon back down on the chopping board and you pick up that glass of lemon juice and you raise it to your nose and you smell. And you notice a difference in the scent of the juice compared to the skin. Slightly less sharp, but equally so noticeable, such a very distinctive smell. And then very gently, very carefully lift that glass to your lips and you tip it until just the very tip of your tongue touches the lemon juice. And you feel the burst of flavour in your mouth, that unmistakable citric taste. And you pop the lemon juice glass back on the table or the worktop or wherever you found it. And you can breathe. And just take a moment to notice what's going on in your body and in your system. And then if you feel you'd like to, you can open your eyes. And I'd like you to notice what's going on for you. And perhaps you notice that you have saliva in your mouth. Perhaps you notice you've been swallowing a little more than usual. Perhaps this process was a little too quick and you haven't yet got there, in which case I really invite you to play with this yourself and take a little bit longer. I usually take longer to do this with clients. And then practice it. Play with this. When you do this over and over, it becomes really simple to bring saliva to your mouth. You don't even need to think about lemons unless you want to. You can simply tell your system, free-flowing saliva to the mouth. Free-flowing saliva to the mouth. And that's what I did when I was lying here on the floor. And the combination of that and the slowing of my breath allowed my whole system to shift out of fight or flight and into a place where I was able to do what I needed to do. And these are fantastic techniques to help you deal with any kind of stress, whether it's in the lead up to a medical or dental procedure, an exam, a phone call that you're anxious about making, an interview, whatever it is. So I've overrun again on time today. I hope this was helpful for you. Do come back and play with this process. And do please share in the comments if you found this worked for you, if you found that you responded, you had saliva in your mouth. And I'll be back tomorrow to talk specifically about the next thing that I did when I lay here, which is something I do work with clients to teach them, which was the ability to turn down the pain that I was experiencing. So I really hope I'll see you back here tomorrow. Thank you for watching, whether live or on replay. Take care. And if you'd like to find out more, do ping me or click the button in the comment and let's have a chat about how I could help you. Take care. See you tomorrow.